So this is it. This is the big conclusion to volume. Today we're going to take a look at volume of cylinders, cones, and spheres. This is going to help you out with IXL lessons 8th grade T10, 8th grade T11, and 8th grade T14. What is a cylinder? A cylinder is a three-dimensional shape with a circular base at the top and bottom and a lateral surface in between. What is a cone? A cone is also a 3D shape, but it only has one circular base and an apex at the other end. And what is a sphere? A sphere is a 3D shape. It is completely round with no edges. What does a cylinder look like? A soup can, a soda can, a hockey puck, a toilet paper roll, something like that. What does a cone look like? An ice cream cone, a traffic cone. You get the idea. And what does a sphere look like? A soccer ball, a baseball, a volleyball, a bowling ball, you know. How do you find the volume of a cylinder? Step number 1, write the formula. V equals pi times radius times height. Now, if that sounds familiar to you, in our previous chapter with circles, we talked about pi times radius solving for a circle, the area of a circle. So today we're finding the area of a circle and multiplying it by its height. We'll write the information under the corresponding letters for step 2. Step 3, solve for the volume of the cylinder. And step 4, write the label on your final answer. Find the volume of a soda can that has a height of 12 centimeters and a radius of 3 centimeters. Example number 1, volume equals pi times radius times height is our formula. Pi is going to be 3.14, the radius is 3, and the height is 12. Multiply all of that on your calculator and you come up with a volume of 339 cubic centimeters. Nice job. How do you find the volume of a cone? Step number 1, write the formula. V equals pi times radius times height divided by 3. So let's analyze this. We've got the area of a circle, pi times radius. We're multiplying it by height to create a cylinder, and then we're dividing it by 3 because it's a cone. Now remember, in our previous video, we talked about dividing by 3 with pyramids. So pyramids and cones are similar because you would want to divide by 3. Step number 2, write the information under the corresponding letters. Step 3, solve for the volume of a cone. And step number 4, write the label on your final answer. Example number 2, find the volume of a cone that has a diameter of 12 inches and a height of 16 inches. The first thing I want you to do is to cut the diameter in half because we need to make that into a radius. They talked about the diameter being 12, so let's cut that in half and give it a radius of 6. We're going to multiply 3.14 times 6 our radius times 6 the radius to find the area of the circle. Times 16, which is our height, will turn it into a cylinder, and dividing it by 3 will turn it into a cone. The volume is 602.88 cubic inches. That's cool. How do you find the volume of a sphere? Step number 1, write the formula. V equals pi times radius times radius. Not a typo, there's 3 radii in our formula. Times 4 and divided by 3. I want you to write the information underneath the corresponding letters. Step 3, solve for the volume of the sphere. And step number 4, don't forget to put your label on your final answer. Find the volume of the figure below. It has a radius of 12 inches. So we're going to write down our formula. V equals pi times radius times radius times radius times 4 and divided by 3. For pi, we're going to put 3.14. The radius is 12 according to the story. We're going to multiply that by 4 and divide it by 3. We come up with an answer of 7,234 and 56/100 cubic inches. How do you solve for the height of a cylinder when the volume is given? Step number 1, write the formula. V divided by pi divided by radius equals the height. Step number 2, write the information under the corresponding letters. Step 3, solve for the missing height. And step 4, write the label on your final answer. A regulation hockey puck has a volume of 113,354 cubic millimeters and has a diameter of 76 millimeters. Find the height of the puck. So we are going to cut the diameter in half. 76 divided by 2 to get 38. That 38 is our radius. 113,354 is our volume. We're going to divide that by pi and then divide it by 38 and divide that by 38 to get our height. Obviously, we're going to use our calculator to solve this. And we end up with an answer of 25. That means a regulation hockey puck has a height of 25 millimeters. Goal! Bzzz, be careful. A common mistake students make when solving for cylinders, cones, and spheres is they forget to cut the diameter in half. Remember, you need to cut the diameter in half to create a radius. And finally, our math jokes of the day. There are 4 of them. Mom, Dad, I'm going to go play in the street. And then the 2 parents look at each other and they're like, I swear, sometimes I wonder if that's really our kid. Between you and me, I don't think it is. Looks nothing like them. How about this one? I'll stop the world and melt with you. Did you ever hear that song? It's an ice cream song. How about this one for my volleyball fans? If you wanted a soft serve, you should have gone to Dairy Queen. And finally, the last joke. Ice cream cone! That's pretty annoying. Sorry about that. Well, that's it. That's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed the jokes, and hopefully you learned something new about cylinders, cones, and spheres. Join us in our next video when we talk about the surface area of prisms. See you then. See ya!